With Iran peace negotiations disintegrating, the world on the edge, and prices ever rising, Donald Trump just chose to spend his evening talking about the most asinine subject possible, and that says something, both about his taste and about his priorities. If the situation in Iran has you nervous, if you question Trump's intention, or the ouster of Viktor Orban is just giving you some hope for what could happen here in the US, stay with us. You will want to see this report. All that coming up next here on The David Reddish Show. Welcome to the show and happy Monday, beautiful viewers. I am your host. Despite much hype from the Trump administration and Trump dispatching Vice President and hillbilly Teletubby J.D. Vance to Pakistan for Iran talks, the U.S., Israel, and Iran failed to come to an agreement for an official end to this illegal war over the weekend. In fact, negotiations actually went so badly that J.D. Vance got kicked out of Pakistan. Take a look.
Bad news is that we have not reached an agreement, and I think that's bad news for Iran much more than it's bad news for the United States of America.
21 hours of negotiations, but U.S. and Iranian leaders go home without a deal.
We've made very clear what our red lines are, what things we're willing to accommodate them on, and what things we're not willing to accommodate them on. I think that we were quite flexible, we were quite accommodating.
According to Vice President J.D. Vance, the ball is now in Iran's court. Both parties had met in Pakistan to work out a deal to open the Strait of Hormuz and end the war. But as peace talks spilled into early Sunday morning, Iranian officials signaled deep mistrust of the U.S. At one point, warning ships that may try to travel through the Strait of Hormuz, as President Trump said this.
The boats are sailing up and heading out to our country. Big, beautiful tankers, and we're loading them up with oil. Whether we make a deal or not makes no difference to me.
And if that looks grim, fair warning, it gets grimmer, and not just because violent tensions are ramping up again. As we film this report, Trump's naval blockade of the Strait of Hormuz is taking shape. And given that the reason so few ships can currently sail through the strait is that Iran has the area full of underwater mines and missiles pointed at the ships trying to traverse it, gee, what could go wrong with the military blockade? It's not like Trump's strategy, likely developed by champion butt-chugger and Defense Secretary Leaky Pete Hegseth after a few shots. It's not like this strategy could, literally blow up in our faces. And imagine public reaction if that happens. But already, I digress. The fact is, not only have Trump and Vance lost the war, which never should have started to begin with, not only have they lost, they have empowered Iran. The country now knows it can easily disrupt global commerce by blocking the Strait of Hormuz, giving it enormous leverage over the world economy. Clearly, Donald Trump has not seen the awesome recent film adaptations of Frank Herbert's Dune, in which a fat, psychopathic narcissist with red hair tries to control a rocky desert planet populated by guerrilla survivalists. All they have to do to defeat the red-headed blob is disrupt the production of intergalactic fuel. But again, I digress. Moving on. With negotiations in tatters and the war on the brink of turning hot again, you will be happy to know that last night, when confronted about the state of the negotiations, Trump told reporters, quote, "It makes no difference," close quote, what happens with those negotiations. He later doubled down on his disinterest in this current crisis by posting this. With the negotiations failing, Vice President Sofa Bed getting run out of Pakistan in disgrace, and the world on the brink of a bloody conflict, Donald Trump wants you to know that his top priority is his birthday coming up in June, and that he's having a UFC fight on the White House lawn in an effort to cut off whatever lingering shreds of dignity the United States has left. Look, there's nothing wrong with UFC fighting, but I have to wonder if the fighters profiled in that AI-generated video, how they feel about Iran, or more properly, Trump's disinterest in ending a war he started. A long time ago, I heard a woman tell her son, never start a fight you cannot win, and if someone starts a fight with you, be the one to end it. And it looks like Donald Trump has started a war he cannot win, or at least has no strategy to win. His threats of genocide and destruction have proven empty bluster. He has no interest in diplomacy. What is he going to do to end this, and why in hell on earth does he think Americans want to see a UFC fight at the White House, or that staging one for his birthday will somehow distract from Iran? Personally, I would only want to see a White House UFC fight if Trump is actively participating in it so he can get his behind handed to him, which wouldn't be anything that hasn't happened before. Iran just did that, and they didn't even have to get in the cage. This is the David Reddish Show.